Hello, all the kings, men. Welcome to another Friday assessment. Come on in, come on in. All the kings, men. I'm excited. Why? Because you made it across another week. You said, look, I don't care what's coming at me. I am going all 10 toes down and I am going forward. Why? Because I know that destiny is calling. I know there's purpose on the inside of me. And right now, I am in the process. And if there is the process that is going, that means that is working towards something. All the King's men, I thank you once again for joining in. As we get started, remember the like, tag, and share. Why? Because we are building the lives of men. We want men to have good success. I want you to have good success. Why? Because when we follow God's principles, when we follow what God said, we are guaranteed success. Oh man, that's awesome right there. That is awesome right there. That's why we need men to come in here. Following the principles of God, you are guaranteed success. Success is in your future, all the King's men. So that sets us up for what we want to talk about. We want to talk about, look, Operation C. Operation C. Operation C. What is that? What am I talking about, Operation C? How are you operating? Are you operating according to what you can see or what you cannot see? That is something to think about right there. Why is that something to think about? Why is that so important? Because you know how they say the more you know, when you know something, you start to move different. So according to how you see, it dictates how you move. It dictates your decisions. Why? Because you know, you look, you can see the end thing even though you can't see the end thing. Glory be to God. You can see the end thing even though you can't see the end thing. What does that mean? It says faith is the hope of substance, of the evidence of things not seen. What does that mean? That means that there is a hope, there is a faith, there is something that was spoken unto you, there is something that you see, but you can't see. You see it by faith, you know it by faith, you know it's a possibility. There's a strong possibility that you can achieve it, but you got to believe it in your mind. That's why, are you operating according to what you see or you can't see? I want you to operate in both of those worlds because you got to see it and believe it in the spirit realm. Glory be to God. But you got to realize that you can't see it in the natural realm, but you cannot let that detour you from your plan. You cannot let that detour you from the tenacity that you got. You got to know that I'm operating by what I cannot see, but I see it. Oh, glory be to God. Why is that? Because you're operating according to your belief. You're operating according to principles that are guaranteeing you a level of success, a greater level of success. Why? Because you said, if I do these things and if I do them consistently, the Bible says it, the word says it, God says that if you do these things, you are guaranteed success. God said, follow my commandments. He told Joshua that. Follow my commandments. He spoke to Joshua. He said, follow my commandments and you are guaranteed success. That's why I love Joshua 1 and 8. I fell in love with it. My pastor was teaching on it a few years ago, and that thing have not left me. After Moses had left, he said, quit looking for Moses. Moses is gone. It's now your turn to step up to the plate as a leader. You are now the leader. Now, what I need you to do is there's some things that have been poured into you. The word has been poured into you. This is God speaking to Joshua. The word has been poured into you. You know my word. Now I'm coming to speak to you. Quit looking for Moses. Now go lead my people into Canaan. Look, look. He saw, but he couldn't see, but he knew who was speaking to him. He knew who was behind him. God said, I'll be with you. Do you know when you operate according to the beliefs and the principles that God is with you? Why? Because it's his word. God said, I'll watch over my word, every jot, every tittle till it come to pass. He said, if my word go forward, it shall not return unto me void. That's why his word is his principles. His word is what's written in the Holy Writ. So therefore, if you follow the principles and you believe it, God cannot lie. He will not lie. He can't. It's not in his nature that he should lie. So if you follow up on those principles, we get in the word, we learn the word, learn what the word says about our lives, then we can get in the will of God. All the king's men, I'm excited for you. Why? Because I know you now see it. You can now see clearer than you did before we got on this call, before we got on this meeting, before we got on this Friday assessment. You said, I can see it now. I got to go in there and do my Friday assessment, and I got to make the necessary adjustments so that I can see what I can't see. Glory be to God. And when I can't see, it's my belief that's going to lead me and guide me according to the principles of my God. Glory be to God. All the king's men, thank you once again for stopping by. My prayer today is something that is said and bless your life tremendously, and you would never be the same. All the king's men. So my prayer today is that remember to like, text, share, remember to drop a line because I want to connect with you. We are changing the world one man at a time. All the king's men. So my prayers you have a blessed day, blessed weekend, and a blessed week to come. Till next time, be blessed.